like this, go and share this because we're talking about pure commentator gold right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get it nowhere else except one place, the late night hype.
Are you ready for an unforgettable experience? Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get hype.
My bad, y'all. What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Late Night Hype. We got a special one for you. We got Bobby Belt of the Herd Podcast Network, an NFL network in the building, talk some Cowboys for us. But y'all know what we do before we get started. Let's party. Before we get going, I want to apologize for the ear rape there. I did not mean for that to happen.
He blew out eardrums on that one. I said, whoa.
Hey, man, it's the late night hype. I got to wake him up a little bit, man. Got to wake him up. But, hey, man, we got a special guest in the building. Let's first introduce him, Bobby. What's going on, Bobby Belt?
Oh, I'm getting by. How are y'all?
Listen, bro. We're excited, ready for this season.
You were sounding all happy ago. He said, "Oh, just getting by." Come on, Bobby.
No, I
Bring
said
that
living the
energy
dream
you just had.
before. That's the pat answer, the like standard answer you get. Will either be getting by, living the dream,
Yeah.
or it's usually those two. Those are my stock replies to how you doing.
My coworker says living a dream every single day. Every day.
There's a certain.
I always say it. I just say it because that's what Will Ferrell says in Wedding Crashers to Owen Wilson when that girl from the funeral walks out of his house. He says, "I'm just living the dream."
Meatloaf, ma.
Hey, Bobby, as long as you didn't say, "How you doing, guys?" I'm okay.
Oh yeah. How you doing, guys?
Oh no.
I missed that a little bit. I missed it a little bit.
Do you? Well, I don't.
Hey, before we get into some questions about the Cowboys and leading up and all that good stuff, I first want to say congratulations on your guys' podcast with Jane Slater,
Yes.
Boys and Girl podcast. Check that out. They have some amazing guests on there. I've learned a lot of stuff from that podcast in regards to the guests that you've brought on there. So salute to you guys, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. We got we're dropping another one tomorrow, and we got two good guests on. We got Michael Gelkin from the Dallas Morning News, and then we got Peter Schaefer, who's Randy Gregory's agent.
Ooh, those two good guests, because the Michael Gelkin guy, he be
coming with the fire. I
Yes, he
hollered at
does.
him. Hey, Bobby, throw a good word in for us so you come on the hype, man, because he be coming
Hey,
with
I got
that info.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Appreciate you.
And then Randy Gregory's agent. I mean, perfect timing,
man.
Bobby. I mean, you guys are just uncanny with this timing here. Speaking of Randy Gregory, y'all, he got extended today. an extra year. He'll be playing through 2021 with a chance to make up to $2 million. Is this something, Bobby, being around the team, you kind of felt maybe happening or maybe coming once he came back?
I mean, it did. You guys will, if you watch the podcast tomorrow, you'll see it in there. We had his agent on, and I asked, like, is there any clarity on his contract situation? Like, I was just curious about, like, what's the exact structure, because I know, like, the contract told a couple times, and he doesn't have necessarily, enough accrued seasons to be an unrestricted free agent whenever it's done. And so I just asked him about it, and he said, we're straightening all that out with Todd Williams and Adam Pacifica, who are the Cowboys' 2 cap guys. And it was bizarre the way he said it, because it sounded to me like they were negotiating something. And so I said, I was like, are you saying there's like a negotiation, like there's an extension you're working on? And he said, we're just like, getting everything done. And then, like, we get off the air with him and we see, like, it's announced that Randy picked up that 2021 year. So, yeah, he was kind of hinting at it, and I tried to get him to say it, and then he didn't. So I wasn't totally surprised when I got off and saw there was an extra year there. But, he did say that the expectation from them is they want Randy Gregory to be a Dallas Cowboy his entire career. So the next 2 seasons, have him on here for the next 2 seasons. Then I believe after 2021, he's a restricted free agent.
Wow. Randy Gregory's situation here contractually may be just as interesting as his availability, because this is crazy. He was drafted in 2015, and he won't hit free agency probably till 2023. That's nuts.
Yeah. And I mean, if they get something done with his restricted deal after 2021 and they lock him up for a few years, then it may be even longer than that. But yeah, he wouldn't have any sort of unrestricted free agency, I don't think, until the spring of 2023.
Unbelievable.
Hey, we got to give Jerry Jones, I posted it on the Twitter, we got to give Jerry Jones props for staying with this kid, man. Like, as much as, we give props for Randy Gregory, I think a lot of people have said, for everything he's gone through, he's done everything he's supposed to do. He stayed off social media. He's listened to everything. And I really like that he listened and did everything, and he's battled and kept on fighting to get back on this field after all this time. But I just like to give props to Jerry Jones for sticking by this kid since 2015, and he's always said, hey, I love this baby. He might be an ugly baby, but I like this baby. And he's always stayed with it, and I appreciate it. And hopefully, we'll reap the benefits of, him staying with Randy.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't have a case of mistaken identity of, like, stealing from a gas station in Virginia and, sleeping with the girl who's accusing Ezekiel Elliott of abuse, then generally Jerry will stick with you. I mean, there are lines like that, but
Speaking of lucky.
Yeah, no, I think it's a testament. It is a testament in part to Jerry's loyalty and how much Jerry cares for his players. I think that's all true. But also, we have to recognize that, like, if Randy Gregory didn't have the skill set that Randy Gregory has,
I was gonna say that too. That made I kind of lit that out. But to
be fair, there was
Josh
you
Brent.
guys remember the Terrence Williams off-season incident in 2018 where he flipped over the little Ray J scooter.
Yeah.
He got hurt early in 2018. I think it was the first game, maybe the second game.
They kept him around.
And they could have cut him, but they knew with the off-season incident and some other things, like Terrence was working through some things, and so they could have cut him, but like Jerry just went ahead and let him stay on IR, and it gave him access to NFL resources for medical stuff for the last 3 months of the year.
I mean, Josh Brent.
So Jerry does. Yeah, and Josh Brent, that's another one. And Jerry does have a soft spot for guys. What's that?
Didn't he help Randy? Wasn't he help? I heard Randy gave him a
shout
out.
Yeah, he's sort of been an advisor, a confidant, that sort of thing. He had that sort of a role.
Yeah, he helped out even people outside of the Cowboys organization. The coach went down there in Chicago. I mean, not Chicago, the Chargers coach. I heard he helped him out with some situations.
Anthony Lynn.
And so and he was with the Cowboys at the time, but that was he's always been wherever he can lend a helping hand, he does. He does have a very generous heart, and he wants to help people wherever possible. And as long as there's not any sort of super negative impact on his business and what he's doing, Like, for instance, with the Terrence Williams thing, it didn't hurt them to just keep him on injured reserve.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jerry wanted to do that. And so he does. He helps out where he can, and he'll even go the extra mile if, like I say, you can, long arm an offensive tackle and bend your ankles and dip under him.
That damn bend.
Well, I tell you,
He's
go
got
ahead,
it.
Quelo.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got a little conspiracy situation going on with this. How much do Roger Goodell despise Jerry Jones? Because because here's the situation. We know that Randy Gregory had his warts, but why not start this guy week 1? Why not allow this guy to go through training camp and practice? Why push him all the way to the latter part of October? And we see people like the Alden. We love that he's on his team, is not suspended. Or I think if Gordon is he suspended? Josh Gordon, will he be able to
He'll
play
be back.
week 1 or week 2? So what is that situation?
I mean, I think that there was a lot that was going on at the league office this year with COVID, and more than that, there were some unforeseen circumstances, I think, with some of the personnel involved with Randy's case and involved at the NFL level, in terms of their availability and their part in the reinstatement process. And I think that's a big reason why a lot got slowed down in comparison to Alden, because I know some of the things that caused hang-ups occurred after Alden Smith left, or after Alden Smith was reinstated. And so I think, one example you can look at is, and this is a and he was heavily involved as a conduit between Randy's representatives and Roger Goodell and things like that. And it's also Birch in July, in the middle of all this, he went and took a job with the Tennessee Titans. And so he left, and there were some other issues that came up, some that, can be discovered or deduced rather quickly. There's some other stuff that, for legal reasons, the NFL keeps under lock and keeps private, but there were just some issues that cropped up that slowed his reinstatement down more so than Alden Smith did.
Okay.
Well, I kind of want to switch things over to the back end of the defense and the new incomer, because he's not new. He's been here before. Brandon Carr. There's been a lot to say about this situation from Cowboys fans. Me, I'm okay with it, especially given the circumstances that he's been brought to the team. Can you kind of dive into the details of it? Because there are some people that are still maybe a little bit confused on how Brandon Carr is here. Not why he's here, but how he's here. It's not your normal 53-man roster addition.
Yeah, there's new practice squad rules that were going to be rolled out as part of the increase to a 17-game schedule, and they were going to be incrementally brought up to the table. And there were some of those
familiar
incremental
face
changes
may be
were
returning back to the
expedited
Dallas
with COVID.
Cowboys.
And
Cornerback
the NFL
Brandon
went ahead
Carr,
and,
who played with the
agreed
Ravens the
to
last few
let
years
some of those
and has
things
been
take
rather
place now,
successful, but it may be
because
in a
the
different kind of
body.
role. Carr comes over from
And then there were
Baltimore,
some
where
other
he
things that
primarily played corner.
were other
However, in the
stipulations
second
or
half of
other
2019, he
exemptions
played
that
a lot
were
of safety.
allowed
Only
because
one
of
player on
everything
the
that had gone
Ravens
on,
played
and I don't
more
know how much
snaps at the
they'll be
safety
allowed in the
position
future.
than Brandon Carr.
But one of
Earl
the things
Thomas,
that's
who was
taken
also a
place throughout
free
all these
agent, and
changes
we'll
to practice
find out
squad
here
is
shortly
you can now
if he'll
have,
be coming to
veterans
Dallas
on the
or if he'll be
practice
playing
squad.
anywhere
There's
else.
not the same little limits of practice squad availability like we always wondered about in the past, how, Jameel Showers somehow always mystically circumvented whatever those rules were, because it seems like he was on the practice squad for about 8 years. And you look at, Brandon Carr here or Josh McCown up in Philly or wherever else, you've got these instances where veterans can now make it. So it opens up a new avenue for veterans to keep sharp and have a roster spot in waiting, and also, keeps them in the building and gets them up to speed. And it also opens up the opportunity for teams to keep more seasoned veteran players, in the hopper and not have to worry about someone coming up and signing them off the street just because they don't have a need at that moment. So Brandon Carr's a big part of that. Maurice Linguist has talked about how much he wants the DBs to be DBs and not corners or safeties. He wants them to have the position flex and to learn the positions, learn free, strong, nickel, boundary corner, whatever. And that's something that Brandon Carr has done now.
Mm-hmm.
Is he's played safety, and he's played in the nickel some, and he's played corner, and so I think that they just viewed it as a perfect marriage. They had some chemistry and leadership issues, I think, last year, particularly on defense, and those aren't concerns about Brandon Carr. People know Brandon Carr. He's seen a lot of football. I think they view him as this is a great mentor to bring in, and it's somebody good to have in the hopper in the event that someone else goes down with how dinged up they are back there right now, and gives them a good opportunity to have a seasoned veteran who understands the game and understands what it means to be a Dallas Cow. I mean, nobody more admirably and calmly took the bullets of the fan base than Brandon Carr, probably, in 5 years, and he never let it shake him.
Good point.
He was always out there. He always practiced, and so I think that they like that it's a veteran with position flex who understands the weight of the star.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
remember when Brandon,
that is good points.
I just remember when Brandon Carr said he wasn't taking that pay cut. He said, "I ain't taking that $10 million," and he didn't do it. They didn't make him take that pay cut. And then the next year we saw it. But just like you said, Bobby, I'm not hating on the addition of Brandon Carr because he has been here. He was effective when he was here. Like you said, the leadership, mentor, all the good positive things. At the end of the day, I think the Cowboys still have a good team. And at the end of the day, we talked about that front seven. When you got a really good front seven, it makes that back end better. And I think that front seven is really going to do some protection to that. And even if they're not getting interceptions immediately, I believe that when you get in that pass rush, you keep on a blitzing, those turnovers come, and then I feel like they come in waves. Just like the last time we had it was 2014, but they come in waves.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hope. This is a Cowboys team that has been so inept at getting, turnovers over the last 5 years. It's historically bad. I mean, I think Jane tweeted this out a couple weeks ago when I pulled a research nugget for her NFL Network hits, which is, the Cowboys are on 5 straight seasons of 10 interceptions or fewer, and that's the longest streak. That's the longest streak in the NFL over the 100% sure. 10 interceptions or fewer each of the last 5 years. It's the longest streak in the NFL in 87 years.
Damn.
I could have sworn. Wow.
That's crazy.
That's sad, dude. That's very sad.
That's atrocious.
Yeah. Hopefully all of that stuff can change this coming weekend. Let me ask you this, Bobby. Brandon Carr, I think he would not be ready week 1, right?
Oh,
I would doubt it. I would doubt it, but I mean, I guess in theory they could ramp him up. He is a veteran. He might, but I mean, there are also some limitations on what the NFL has and the plans that the NFL has to ramp guys up to be game ready. And I don't know that the Cowboys would want to play with that necessarily. I don't know that week 1 is realistic. Week 2, maybe, but I wouldn't completely negate the chance that he's playing in week 1. I don't think it's necessarily likely, but I mean, Xavier Woods is banged up. Jordan Lewis, I don't think, is going to play. Cheeto has been banged up. He's back, but I mean, he's been banged up, and he hasn't shown exactly a, consistency in terms of being healthy during his career. And so then, I mean, you may be running out there with Darryl Worley, who's fine. I don't want to dog him, but Darryl Worley and Trayvon Diggs, who's a rookie. And
we called that.
And so there are challenges there that could be exacerbated as the practice week goes on and forces your hand a little bit and has you pull up Brandon Carr. But I wouldn't think it's likely.
Right. I think that's what Jerry was saying this morning, that he don't think that he will be ready week 1, and it'd be possibly that they're going to lean more towards week 2. And I know reports was coming out that a lot of people were saying that, hey, if the Rams put up a lot of money on us, then that's when they would start rolling out, looking at other safeties out there. Are you with that notion, or are you with something else as far as the safety play?
I think they could scan the waiver wire. They could be in the market for some back end of the roster trades. I understand what you're hinting at. I don't think they're about it.
I'm being there.
No.
He knows what the hell you're doing, dog.
I gotta give Bobby credit, man.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Earl Thomas is like, it's one of those things like Darren Williams with the Mavericks or Roger Clemens with the Rangers. And actually, Darren Williams with the Mavericks happened, but it was when he was well past his prime. But it's one of those things where we're always going to hear this flirtation throughout their entire careers, and it's never going to happen, or not when it should happen. And so, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that you want necessarily Earl Thomas. Like I said, you had the chemistry and the leadership issues last year. I don't know if you want to infuse somebody in there who's had two really strong cultures that he's played for in the recent years that they didn't want him anymore. And, you know, there's been some chatter that perhaps even outside of those issues, when he showed up to camp this year, that he was out of shape. And so I don't know that that's necessarily the direction you want to go.
Yeah, that ain't good if he's out of shape.
I'm still taking him. I'm sorry, Bobby. This is what I'm gonna say about this, and I'm gonna let you. I keep hearing everybody about the character issues, and I get it, but this is just me. I feel like you just on some type of thing in your head that if you have the opportunity to play at Dallas, somebody you always wanted to play for, you're 31 years old. You're probably gonna have one contract left. Why would you mess up your money to go to a team you always want to play for, and you have a ready now team with a good coach? I just don't see you messing up the chemistry for a year. That's just my opinion. I just don't see it happening.
I mean, he's always been an intense guy. You talk to people behind the scenes, and he's an intense guy at practice and during game week. And you know,
don't we like intensity? What's wrong with us having a nasty guy?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. What's the language barrier here? Are we like restricted in language we can use?
No. It's late night hype.
Okay. All right. So I asked somebody after he got released from Baltimore that, you know, well, what went wrong there? I thought, you know, he was an intense guy or whatever, but like, could that have caused that many issues? And the person who I really trust, who like I think has a good read on what's gone down in Baltimore and Seattle, said, you know, everybody, when he's played well, everybody just writes it off to intensity and passion and things like that. But, you know, as his play flips a little bit, you see it for what it is, which he's just a dick.
Wait, so Bobby, you mean to tell me he's the Des Bryant of the safeties? Because that sounded like a Des Bryant answer to me.
I don't think that's a Des Bryantism much. I think Des Bryant. I think you could say it's who's somebody else. You know, you could maybe say that about
like a Charles Haley.
You know, I don't agree. Charles Haley's a good one. I think that I wouldn't say this, but I think that's something you heard similarly about Terrell Owens.
He done brought out T.O. Okay.
Hey, no. You can go look at my Twitter account. My background image on my Twitter account is me holding up a T.O. jersey showing it. So, I will fight anybody over Terrell Owens.
I like me some T.O., but what I'm saying is, if he is really a T.O. type of locker room guy, that is concerning. But I don't necessarily get that vibe from him. I look at the Earl Thomas situation in Baltimore as a one-off. You know, I didn't hear all this fuss and muss in Seattle.
Well, it's a two-off. It's a two-off. Seattle was ready to get rid of him, and he flipped him off as he got carted off the field. I mean, it's not totally a one-off.
For money, right? I mean, he wanted paid.
I mean, yeah, he wanted paid, but I mean, that's like, regardless, guys want to get paid, and they're not like, you know, flipping off an entire sideline on national TV. and I think that there were some, like I say, it's probably just your frame of reference that when he's playing well, you can call it intensity. When the play starts flipping, it's clearly not worth it to Seattle or Baltimore. And I don't know that Dallas, with the issues that they had last year, I mean, Michael Bennett walked in that locker room and immediately went, something's missing here, and I'm going to have to pick it up. I don't know that you can infuse a wild card like Earl Thomas into that right now.
Okay.
Why Clinton Dix didn't make it here?
Because he can't play football.
He can't play it. Wow.
He's not very good at football. Never was, and I think kind of always had an Alabama reputation. But I don't think I don't want to dog on the guy too much, but I mean, I think he's clearly always been a limited football player. And I don't think that's gotten any better. I think it's been made worse. He's
it's
not
telling,
a starting safety in the NFL.
It's telling when you can't beat out. No offense to Darian Thompson, but he's a career backup. You know, I had hopes for him to at least beat out Darian Thompson, and you know, when we hear those things, I was disappointed.
Well, I mean, Darian Thompson's not just a career backup. Darian Thompson's a top 100 pick who the Giants cut before his rookie deal was up, and so I mean, also has had not a great history. Now, I don't want to dog on Darian Thompson too much. Darian Thompson's had a really good camp. Darian Thompson's looks good out there. There's a reason why he's starting now, and Clinton Dix is on the street. But yeah, I think that overall it just comes down to Haha's just honestly not very good anymore.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. And I don't know if he'll get picked up until there's some injuries.
Yeah, I mean, with these new practice squad rules, he could potentially get stashed away like that. I don't know that that's going to happen. A lot of guys, he had guaranteed money that he got a million plus in guarantees that he can pocket, and he can treat it like an opt-out year with COVID. And that's 2-3 times as much as other people who opted out got.
Facts. Before we get into a few things on the Rams, who do you think has been the most impressive in camp? I don't know if you've been able to watch, but you've been down there. So from your opinion, coming out from the notes or whatever you've seen, just even if it's a rookie, you could tell us who is the most impressive to you coming out the Cowboys camp going into 2020.
Jalen Smith.
Ooh, easy. I like that.
Really? Yeah, really.
I mean, like I said, I'll tweet the teaser clip either this tomorrow morning or later tonight. But,
okay.
Michael Gelkin said the same thing when we had him on tonight. He was talking about Jalen Smith and said that, Gelkin's covered the Chargers, the Raiders. Now he's been with the Cowboys, and he's covered the NFL for a while now. And he said that Jalen Smith at these practices was having the best practices of any will linebacker he's ever seen. That it was it was that good at will. Now, that's will specific, but it definitely allows him to run and chase a lot more than the Mike did. I think it suits him better.
Yeah, sure.
And I think the Mike suits Leighton Vander Esch better. So
yes.
I've just been impressed when you've seen what he could do. I remember I was out at one practice. He broke up like 3 passes. It was like one on a receiver, one on a tight end, one on a running back. And so, I mean, he looks rejuvenated. He looks better. Aldon Smith has looked really good. He's given Tyron Smith, I think, more problems when they've gone up against each other than other guys that I can remember have gone up against him in training camp. And so I think Aldon Smith and Jalen Smith stand out. Outside of that, I mean, there have been a lot of guys who have had good camps, but I mean, those are the guys that I think stand out as being really, really strong. And Leighton Vander Esch has had a good camp too. So those are all really strong candidates. If I was going to give somebody on offense, I mean, CeeDee Lamb's been good. I know that's what I say. CeeDee Lamb's been DeAndre Hopkins or something, but all the receivers have been good. The guy, I guess, who stood out, who they've just been what I've expected. I guess the guy who's exceeded my expectations and looked better than what I even thought it would be Blake Jarwin.
Blake season.
It's Jarwin season. Jaws 47, baby.
I don't know how linebackers are supposed to guard Blake Jarwin.
That's what I'm saying. You hear that, Wink? Do you hear that, Wink? He's one of those doubters. But yeah, man, I just think Jarwin's going to have so many opportunities for mismatches because you can't possibly think about doubling him or what have you when you got to worry about Lamb and Cooper and Gallup and Zeke in the backfield and Dak running. It's just too much.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to present a lot of issues for teams this year just with their personnel and the matchups they can do. Like, I mean, on offense and defense. I mean, if you've got Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott who can go to the slot or be in the backfield, and you've got Blake Jarwin who can be in line or he can be in the slot or he can even stand out wide sometimes if you need him to, and you've got all 3 of your receivers, Gallup, Cooper, and Lamb who can play outside or in the slot. Like, I mean, it allows you to do a lot of different things, to present when you walk up to the line, and then do some like exotic shifts before the ball is snapped, and really kind of screw with the personnel a little bit. Sort of like, I know everybody would think of the Rams, more like what the Saints have done when they're in peak form with like Kamara, and how they're able to like put him out wide and then like move Taysom Hill from receiver into the back, like just do kind of exotic things like that. And same thing on defense. You're going to be able to do a lot of really kooky things with, position flexibility stuff. I mean, the linebackers can play all 3 linebacker spots. They're turning all the corners and safeties to play the other position. The defensive ends can stand up and rush, or they can be hand on the ground, or some of them can play inside and on the edge. And the defensive tackles, a lot of times that they have, can kind of fan out and play the end. And so, I mean, everybody on defense can do a different job. And so it's going to make it difficult to you can sucker in, I think, teams' offenses a lot more, and this is nothing I've seen at practice. We're limited in what we're allowed to talk about specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just a hypothetical that I'm talking about here, which is if you've got Awuzie and Worley and, Xavier Woods, who some in his rookie season played in the nickel, if you've got guys like that who can show as if they're playing single high, and then, you can blitz a corner and send the safety over to, at the snap of the ball, go over, play the nickel, and, you can rush a Leighton Vander Esch or Jalen Smith from the inside, and the, Randy Gregory that you're showing from the outside actually ends up dropping in coverage. I mean, you can just do a lot of things to really mess with the quarterback and put them in some bad positions.
That sounds good.
Hey, I got a quick question for you, Bobby. I'm sorry, Scott.
You're cool.
Get this out of one of my members, Gambino, asked, "Are we done looking at safety play? Is there any other safety that they would look at, or are we saying, okay, we're pretty good with Brandon Carr, we like Reggie Robinson, we like Donovan Wilson's there? Are we liking this, or are they going to look anything after week 1?"
I mean, I think they're content until they're not. I think they'll be happy with it and, content with it until it goes out there and they see something they don't like. So, I mean, it sounds so cliche and like a political answer that Steven and them always give, but, they say, I don't remember the exact quote, but it's something like, roster inventory is 24/7, 365, or roster additions or whatever it is. And so I think they really do believe that. They're just always kind of looking for an opportunity and constantly evaluating position groups. So I think they're content with what they have now, but they certainly could, adjust and change their mind within a week.
All right. Appreciate you, Bob.
Hey, before I get you out of here, though, before we let you go, we play the Rams this week. It's a weird week 1. I'm still trying to realize it's week 1, right? This is the first time in my life that we're going into a season without preseason, so it's just very strange. But if you could give me just some quick keys to the game. I know we don't have much film, but we did play them last year. We do have a lot of returning players aside from Gurley. But other than that, what are some keys you think for the Cowboys to walk out of here with the victory?
Man,
or key.
Because there is so little that we do know about game plan and schematics at this point, in terms of what the Cowboys want to do. And we know even less about the Rams because nobody's been over there to see any of it. But I think that what consistently bit this team last year was, on offense, it was these slow starts. That was constantly, something that kind of ruined a lot of their game. I can't remember what it was. I think there were like 11 weeks of the season that had they just been tied at the end of the first quarter of every single game, then they would have been like 10-1. That they lost the first quarter so many times, and then they would win quarters 2 through 4 in like 10 out of their first 11 games. So if they just would have been 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, they would be 10-1. And so they had these notoriously slow starts. I think that's going to be a big factor that they can't. I would rather see them up at the end of the first quarter than even tied. Like, I just want to see some, get out ahead and then play your game from there. So that's the big thing for the offense. Just don't start slow and don't try and ground and pound it. Like, I'd really like to see them come out and try and do some aggressive things in the first quarter. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, it didn't work because it bounced off his shoulder and was intercepted against Green Bay. But think about the starts they had to the Green Bay game last year, where they came out and Dak was ripping throws and they got down the field quick, and then you had that Amari ball that bounced. But I mean, they were in position to score in 4 plays on that opening drive against Green Bay. I'd like to see some aggressiveness like that from the offense. And then on the defense, I mean, last year it was all about, mixed up assignments and, over pursuit and almost a little too over aggressive at everything that they did. So, I'd just like to see some more discipline, particularly in like the screen game and the run game, and not put themselves in the types of bad positions that they did. But I mean, other than that, I think on paper, talent-wise, I think Dallas is a better team than the Rams.
I agree.
Yeah, we all agree. We ain't scared of no damn Jared Goff.
No, we're not.
Oh man. All right, Bobby, dog. We appreciate you coming through, dog. I know you gotta get going here soon. Main thing you want to plug? I know you said you got some interviews lined up for tomorrow. Want to let them know where they can find your podcast, you and Jane?
Yeah, you guys. You can just follow me on Twitter at BobbyVeltX, or you can follow Jane at Slater NFL, and we'll always house everything there. But you can just Google the Boys and Girl Podcast. You'll find, the Apple link. It's on YouTube where we have video casts and stuff like that, where it's kind of syndicated there. So yeah, you can just find it by Googling the Boys and Girl Podcast or by checking this out on Twitter.
Indeed, brother. Indeed. Salutations, James Law.
Hey, appreciate you, Bobby, man. Appreciate you, Digi, all the information and the work you do. Your work is amazing. I just want to always tell you that the stats that you bring on your Twitter, if y'all haven't followed this man on Twitter, you really need to, because if you want to find in-depth stats that you would have never known, would have never thought of, this man was off air naming every damn Dallas Cowboy number in the world. I thought I was good, and he ate me. So, you know what I'm saying? This dude is good. Go follow him. I just want to tell you again, I appreciate you, Digi, for everything you've done. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. I just love your work.
Absolutely. Thanks, you guys.
Appreciate you, Bobby, man.
Bobby Belt, ladies and gentlemen, the Herd Podcast Network, field producer of NFL Network. Appreciate him coming through, man. Appreciate him coming through. Always bringing the heat. We're still going to be live here, guys. Going to open up. The phone lines are still open, by the way. So give us this quick little music break, right? Quick little music. This time y'all can hear it, right? Y'all can hear it. Right?
I can hear it this time.
Oh man, Bobby Belt, man. He does bring. Man,
that's sad. That's sad. He said 10 turnovers and 5 failures. That's terrible.
He got one of the best bumpers out there, man. When he do the his podcast, man.
Yeah,
you check him out. Yeah, his bumper music is crazy.
Bobby, man. Y'all know we definitely working on Jane. I'm just letting y'all know that.
Yeah, we working. It ain't over. It ain't over.
Yeah, I know.
It ain't over, man.
We
gotta get Michael Gilkin. I told you I'm gonna have to get in his inbox because we need him next. I just hollered at him.
He's like a new Cowboys beat writer that's dropping gems.
He's going flame on. Yoga flame. I mean,
fire. Yeah.
I'm like every article I'm pushing per Michael Gilkin. Right.
Facts. Oh man, let me give a shout out to the chat. They in here heavy, man. We almost at the 1K, almost total. So appreciate y'all rocking out, man. Donations are already flying up in here. We're gonna get this thing going, man. The phone lines are open. Let me bring up the phone line number back up here for you guys. As Law likes to say, the phone line for your mind. Here we go.
For your mind.
That Cowboys Network, brought to you by the Cowboys Network, right? So make sure you guys check him out. As always, he's been. I tried to tell him yesterday on my show. You need to be following him. He's been dropping the nuggets. I got the Randy Gregory breaking news from my guy Sosa. So you know, I'm just saying.
And the pictures are so dope.
Oh, that's without question.
Them pictures are so damn hard.
You know what? Sometimes it's distracting because you be like, "Oh man, this looks pretty." You have to read the description.
You got to read
because the description is some real shit. So I mean,
it's real. Like giving you his video, like his post this morning. I was looking at it like he got the wrong number on Diggs. He got 27 on there. What's wrong with him? He did all of that good editing for nothing.
And you ain't read.
And I read it and I said, "Oh my goodness, what Diggs is thinking? Moving over to." From 3-1 to 2-7, what's going on? You know,
I seen one of the comments in here when I was talking to Bobby about how the Rams kind of have most of the holdovers. Somebody said, "Let me correct. Still, they don't have Weddle. They don't have a couple other players." Yes, I realize that. I absolutely realize there's other people they don't have. Usually, there's a 30% roster turnover on every team on average. However, we know Gurley was the big name. It was the biggest name that they no longer have. So I was just throwing that name out there. But yeah, man, the Rams are. I don't think they're as good as they were last year.
Hey, you know what, Scott? I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. You know how I'm not saying I feared them or anything like that, but I remember when they had Gurley. It was 2018 when he played them. The first time when they beat us and they came back and beat us in Dallas.
The Switzer game.
Yeah, you remember that BS and that damn Jeff Heath bad angle game. But
damn, Akers is guy. Who is this guy? Who is Potions? Anyway, go ahead.
the fact that, a couple of years ago, it was just like, man, hey, we got to be ready for the Rams. They got this, they got that. But this year, dog, I don't know. I just don't have. I feel like we're just gonna blow these boys out. I don't know. Maybe it's a good guess, but I just feel like we're just gonna really put it on them.
I'm cautiously optimistic because we have nothing.
It's first game,
and it's the first game.
Yeah.
And
Sloppy.
at the end of the day, it is Sean McVay who, if there's any coach that can overcome some deficiencies in talent, it's him, because he's a schematic type of guy. And y'all know how I love me a schemer in football. I love me one, because that means that if I don't have a guy that's better than you on the other side, then I'm going to find a way to put my guy in position to beat your guy. That's not what we were doing. But I think McVay can do that. And he went 9-7 last year with my opinion, with the team that wasn't that great. I know they were coming off of the Super Bowl year, but we know Super Bowl hangovers happen. Right. I do like Sean McVay as a coach. A lot of people might say he's overrated now, but I don't see that just yet. I still don't see them beating us. We'll give our score predictions later, but you cannot come out here big-headed.
Can't sleep on him. Yeah,
it's week one.
He's a good coach.
You ain't played nobody yet. Don't come out here thinking just because you got all these new good players that they just gonna roll over. That's not how it's gonna happen in the NFL though.
It's a home game for them, and their backs were against the wall last year, and we stomped it out of them. You know what I'm saying? We made it sure that they couldn't go to the playoffs. So if I'm the opposing coach, I'm looking at it like the Cowboys. I'm marking this game on the bulletin board and saying, hey, I'm going to make sure, even though it's a home game for us, I want to make sure I spoil the opener. They talking all of this stuff about CD. They talking all of this stuff about the front five, offensive line, and they talking all of this stuff about the defensive front. What we're going to do is we're going to punch them in the mouth. That's what I would say if I'm the opposing coach. So we'll figure this game out and see what they're going to do this Sunday.
Hey, Willie. Willie Jenkins Jr. Let me tell you something, Willie Jenkins.
Willie Jenkins Jr.
Willie Jenkins Jr. Thank you for the $5 donation. But he says here, let me show you guys, because this is wild.
What'd he say, man?
Hey, everyone. You're hearing it from me first. They're getting Earl Thomas after week one. If I'm wrong, I'll rip my testes off.
Come on, dog. Don't
I will repeat, if I'm wrong, I'll rip my testes off.
I like your testes, bro.
Well, let me tell you something, Willie Jenkins. You ain't the first one. I'm just going to say that. You ain't the first one to talk about Earl Thomas after week one. But I like the call. I'm feeling more and more confident about that. I mentioned yesterday, this is a weird, quiet before the storm feel, James and Law. It's just real weird. They keep asking Jerry. They keep asking Steven, and they not shutting that shit down.
They just saying, well, this is the NFL. You're always going to keep looking, but we're just not going to talk about that right now. Every time I hear that, I keep thinking, Everson Griffin.
But James, Stephen Jones said it. Stephen said, hey, we're not in the business of talking about that stuff no more. We're going to do it how we do with Everson Griffin. We liked how that felt. We liked that. Y'all didn't even know what was coming, and just boom, Everson Griffin, bow for your mind. You know what I mean? So
I love. Keep being quiet, Steven. Shut the hell up. Keep being quiet. Keep house guessing.
And
I'm so cool with that.
Jerry this morning was like, hey, they was doing the 105.3 The Fan, the interview with him, and they was asking him like, what about Earl Thomas? And it's kind of like, what is your favorite juice? And then all of a sudden he said, well, I like milk, So it's not even form of a juice. He deflected real quick.
Yeah. So like I said, Willie, this has been said. Actually, this was brought up, a week and a half or so ago. Me and Sosa were talking about it a little bit. Then we brought it up on the show. We didn't know yet. We thought maybe it could happen beforehand. But then once things kind of went, boom, silent, I just said something ain't right. And then you start now the thing, right? How do I want to say this here? Everyone's talking about it, but nobody's talking about it at the same time, right? Everybody's talking about Earl Thomas week one, but nobody in the mainstream is saying a word about Earl Thomas after week one. It's mostly, vloggers, bloggers, fans, or what have you. But I know Bobby's not with it and all this, chemistry in the locker room. I let him have his words, but I'm just not buying that. I'm not buying. They are okay with a hobbled Xavier Woods again. Darian Thompson, okay, and Donovan Wilson. We have 3 safeties.
Yeah. And a rookie and Reggie Robinson.
All this position flex is all fine and dandy, but come on now, y'all. For real?
Darian Thompson, I gotta say it like that. If he shows up and shows out this weekend, boy, oh boy, I'll be happy. And that means that he's playing up to the caliber of the level that
Oh.
he's supposed to be playing at. But I don't know, man.
I
Hey,
mean,
Scott.
yeah.
You heard what we both said. He said, with the character issues, I still want him.
With the who issues?
When it was like, he's a dick and character issues. Yeah, I still want him.
I'm not saying I
I'm not
disagree.
buying that.
I
Not
disagree
this year.
with him being an issue in Seattle. I think that was strictly money. If they paid the
Paid him his money,
Earl
would've
Thomas,
been
do you
saying
think
nothing.
he'd been flicking the finger?
No.
No, man. They didn't pay him his money. There was nothing about him being a problem over there in Seattle in the locker room until the last year and a half when he wanted to get paid.
When he wanted his money, and he
He
was
wanted
very
money.
vocal about it.
He
What
got into
player
it,
isn't?
As Rich V said, Darian Thompson's winning the Super Bowl MVP. You heard it here first. Is he going to be? What's the cat that got the pick 6 in 95? I can't remember.
Larry Brown.
Larry Brown. Is he going to be Larry Brown? Okay. I'm cool
Lord
with
have
that.
mercy. Mhm.
I'm cool with that.
too.
Yeah. Let's get into these phone lines. They're starting to grow here. And let's start off with our guy, the lunatic.
What up?
The triplets. Buenas noches.
What's up, brother?
Game James. Skywalker Steel Law Nation. Where's the cap, Law Nation? Where's the cap? We need it for week 1.
I'm gonna put it on the next show then. Dallas effing
The
Cowboys.
Rams. The Rams went all in 2 years ago for the Super Bowl. They had their hangover last year, and boy genius McVay is going to find out our roster is deeper and our roster is better. It'll be close for a half. 33-17 Cowboys. We're going to christen SoFi Stadium Cowboy style. That's how we're going to do it. And how we're going to do it? That's right. McCarthy, Nolan, and Tom Zula built it in the trenches. You stop the run in the NFL.
Yeah.
They got a second-round pick. Cam Akers is probably going to be their starter. He's going to have a rough time running in the middle. Zeke is going to have over 100 yards. I doubt the Rams as a team are going to have over 80 yards rushing. You force Goff to throw the ball and sit back and enjoy watching Tank, Griffin, Smith, and Jalen just put pressure on him all night.
I like it.
Oh,
Love that energy.
long.
Oh, no.
So what's your score prediction then?
He said,
33-17 with the Rams scoring
33-17.
7 late.
man, I'm gonna be crunk.
Whew, I'll tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. If we win 33, we're up 33-10 in the fourth quarter. Your boy might be feeling a little good. That's all I'm gonna say. I might have to stop drinking my beer.
Yeah, he's gonna have some sauciness.
Oh, we gonna get that reserve still,
I'm just
They
saying.
put your cousin in there.
Cause they be stressing me out, man. Like Cowboys stress us out. We only get a couple blowout games a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
with
a
Garrett.
few of them. All right, what else you got for us?
Listen to the stat. Listen to the stat that was just relayed. In the last 5 years, Cowboys have had 10 or fewer interceptions. That's, what do you say,
Bad
50-some
stat.
years?
Yeah.
That is a bad stat.
Yeah.
We're going to start fast. We're going to keep it going. As the players say, we're going to have fun. We're going to be in winning positions, and then it's going to be the ass-whooping time. The real NFL kickoff is going to be Sunday night, and them boys going to remind the league who is America's team.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Thank you, Tim.
Drop on the clues bombs.
I did. Another one. There you go.
That's right. Can't wait for
Double
Thursday
time.
night with your
Double
play-by-play. That's the only reason I'm going to be watching Thursday night is going to be your play-by-play.
Yes.
That's
Hey,
the only reason. And
It's a plug right
get me
there.
ready for Sunday because Sunday
Wait,
we're
no,
all going to
don't
be saying,
Sunday
Puro
night.
pinche cowboy.
Pudo PJ Cowboy. Thank you, Lunatic. Appreciate you, brother.
Leave that alone.
Man, he always get me hyped, dog.
Let's go.
Hey, Dave.
Let's go.
Always get me hyped.
He's so to the point.
I say I take Bobby Belt over. Listen, y'all. Like he said, Thursday we're going to be doing the Chiefs versus the Texans game, and I am so pumped for that, man. So pumped for that.
Mhm. Me too.
Damn, Von Miller's out for the season.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, that dropped.
Whoa.
That dropped, guys. Von Miller is out. I'm just praying. We got 3 more days of practice that we remain healthy, man. Because
Damn.
when you hear something like that from a guy like Von Miller, it makes nobody is invincible.
Nobody said. Remember, I said these issues, soft tissue issues, was going to be the thing this year because of no preseason games. It's just no matter how much you train, these kind of things are going to happen, and I just hate to see it.
What happened to him?
It's an ankle
injury.
Probably Achilles or something. Shout out to you, Tariq Salim. He says Earl Thomas is still pissed, the $5 donation, pissed off at Pete Carroll throwing the Super Bowl and not paying him his money. Yeah, he's probably pissed off at Seattle.
Put the ball in the belly of the running back and just lean forward, man. Oh, my goodness. Lean forward. Give it to the beast mode. That's all he had to do.
Shout out to Devin as well for joining the membership squad. Appreciate you, Devin. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. What was this? Cowboys. Rio said Cowboys 38, Rams 10. We got a lot of blowouts. Y'all real confident.
I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm not trying to jump out there be so confident. Like, I'm just smelling. Oh, we just gonna dominate everybody. But I just feel like you mentioned this guy just going over the Rams roster again this year, and I definitely agree with you with Coach McVay. I think he's a good coach, and I think he's going to be a good coach for years to come. But I just feel like we are just more talented. I feel like we have an edge. I feel like the team has the edge, and I feel like maybe hopefully we don't have that slow start that, Bobby was talking about. Hopefully we can jump out the gates. But I just feel like we're going to overtake them rather quickly around the second quarter, maybe mid-second quarter. I feel like we're really going to start putting that pressure on them. And one thing I know about Jared Goff, when he starts getting pressure, he starts giving up that ball. He starts throwing an interception.
Yeah.
So we get him off the boat. I feel like he could have a high turnover game, man.
So you talking about the pressure, and it's something I wanted to touch on while we seen the things of what to watch for. And I think it's that offensive line. I said it yesterday. That offensive line for the Rams is not good, guys. This isn't the offensive line from 2000 and what was it? 17 is when we went to Super Bowl? 2018. 2018 or 2017, one of those years. I think it was 2018. They had a really damn good offensive line, 17 and 18. That offensive line took a huge, huge hit. Whitworth is the only one really worthy of anything, and he's getting up there.
He's old.
He's getting really up there in age, man. But the rest of that line performed very poorly last year. Havenstein has taken a step back. He was decent a couple years ago. The interior is just not good at all. And I think that could spell trouble for the Rams offense. And honestly, I think that's where the game is going to be won. I don't think the game is necessarily going to be won offensively, and this is what I mean, guys. I think our offense is going to do what it does, and that's score. I think it's going to score. I don't think the Rams defense is good enough to just shut us down for 4 quarters. So it's going to be a matter of, can our defense stop the Rams offense from keeping up with us, if that makes sense.
It does make a lot of sense, but I'm going to say this right now, and everybody can hear me. They're going to have 11 people on the field. We're going to have 11 people on the field. We're going to whoop some tail, and we ain't going to be sitting back here saying 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, it's because the offensive line. It's because the Cowboys have not played anybody. I'm tired of that. We play teams that's on our schedule. That's all we can go against. So when we get out there and we start whooping tail out there, I don't want to hear 6 weeks from now, oh, they played the Rams. They didn't have nobody. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear they played the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, the Rams are healthy, so I'm not hearing nothing. They may not be that great, but they're healthy right now.
But that was the storyline last year.
Yeah.
We can't beat nobody above 500, not knowing that that's what their record going to be 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now. So all I want to say is that they got their team, we got ours, and we're going to be victorious. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, somebody here had something I want to bring out. Proud King said our line could be a worry as well. It could be. However, I'm really trying to tell you, Proud King, the Rams' offensive line is not good. Like there's not a Whitworth. We say Whitworth, but Whitworth isn't even that good anymore.
Yeah, he's like,
you know what I'm saying? At least we got Tyron, we got Zach. You can say what you want to say about Connor Williams, but Connor Williams didn't perform bad against the Rams. He didn't.
He actually played good against
Joe Looney got a little pushed around 2 years ago, but I will take all day Tyron, Zach, Connor, and Joe Looney. If I got to roll with that, I'll roll with that all damn year if I got to and get by. So if anything is worrisome, in my opinion, it's going to be Cam Irving. And I keep saying this because I truly believe this. Mike McCarthy is here, in my opinion, to make up for where you are deficient. And we're deficient on the right side. So I need you to coach that up. I need you to scheme, slide protection over, call plays to the left. You don't always got to go to Cam Irving's side. You know what I mean? So just coach around it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why. Go ahead, Law. My bad.
Oh no. I was gonna say, do you activate 4 tight ends or do you leave 3?
No, we're not.
3.
Who am I taking off?
Taking the young rookie. What are you talking about?
I'm saying off my 46 or whatever.
Because you need some slide protection. You talking about somebody blocking all night. I do like the fact that Ezekiel, the main man, block, but I don't want him to be that's his main duty. But I just feel like, do you do it with 4? I wanted to ask Bobby that. I should have asked him that. Do you go with 4 tight ends? Or
why 4 though? Just keep it. Just use Blake Bell.
Just use the Bell dozer.
I mean, if you are that concerned about Cam Irving and you want to have some extra protection over there, why bring up an extra tight end that's really not going to see the field?
True.
I would just use the tight ends that you got.
So that means do you go with 3 running backs or 2? Or you just roll out?
We only have. We do have 3. The Rico guy. I have no idea. No, we really don't know the game day. Mm-hmm. I'm confident to say they're not going 4 tight ends. I'm confident to say that.
True.
Now, 3 running backs, that may be a possibility because Rico may be a special teams guy. And I'd rather have a running back on special teams than a tight end. Little touchdown said, "Why are you covering the Chiefs game? I won't be watching." That's fine. That's okay.
That's what I told him. That's what I told him. Okay.
We're going to try to cover a lot of the primetime games as much as we can. It's not going to be every week probably because we'll be covering the Cowboys and we're normally primetime. But specifically this Thursday, we want to. We love doing this. We love talking football. We love watching football. We're all going to be watching the game. So why the hell not?
And guess what?
Go ahead.
I'm going to cut y'all just because we can. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah. I mean, that's number one. We can. But as well as it's a dress rehearsal for Sunday. So how we call the game or how it's presented is going to be similar to how we do it on Sunday. So why the hell not?
Yeah.
All right, let's hop into this phone line. 469, as my guy would say, for your mind. What it do?
Yo, Skywalker, it's your boy Antoine. I'm back 2 days in a row.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, Law? What's up, Big Game James? I see y'all.
What's going on, sir?
What's up? Hey, man, I feel like y'all low-key I'm really excited for this game. Really. I really am. Week 1, a long time coming. But I think y'all are really sleeping on the fact about this matchup between my boy Jalen Ramsey and my guy Amari Cooper. People are really sleeping on that. People forget that Jalen Ramsey's on the Rams. I feel like y'all ain't talking about that enough.
I mean, can Jalen Ramsey cover everybody? They lost Nikhil Roby-Coleman. Hello? Uh-oh, did we lose Antoine? Yes, we lost Antoine. See, when you bring
you brought them fast like that, he just fell off. Shit, this guy.
I think Jalen, he gonna play off. I don't think he's gonna give them no bump run, play up close.
Cooper was still giving him that work though.
Right. I think Jalen, his best suit would be 5-6 yards off the ball and make sure that they roll the coverage of the safety over the top. That's his best insurance because I don't think that he want to get embarrassed on national TV in a primetime game on day 1. You know.
Well, I was gonna say Jalen don't care, but I have seen him cry and whine on the sideline, so maybe he does care. But no, I think Jalen's still gonna play like Jalen Ramsey. He's gonna make it tough for you. But was Jalen Ramsey on that team when we put 44 points?
Last year.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was on the team 40 points.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, I know we didn't put up 400 yards passing, but we ran for 200 some yards rushing, which is why when Bobby said, he don't want to see us run, I'm like, huh? I'm like, what? I mean,
didn't we have both of them run? Didn't
Tough
TP and Zeke eat in that game?
They had over 230 yards rushing combined, 3 touchdowns, and it was like 30-some carries. I'm not saying that it's going to be the same way, but I would say, hey, let's see if you can stop it again. Maybe you don't need Dak and CeeDee Lamb and Zeke or Amari Cooper and Gallup to go off this game.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm looking for week-to-week game planning.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking for. I got a question, guys. I want you guys to answer. From I'm gonna just call you Renaki. I believe that's the last name. He says, "Hey Sky, please answer this. Why, according to the depth chart, is CeeDee Lamb not starting, and why is there only 10 players on offense?" The second part, obviously, there's not 10 players, but he's asking why CeeDee Lamb is not starting. I don't think anybody thought CeeDee Lamb would be over Gallup and Cooper.
Right.
Yeah.
We ain't starting 3 wide.
However, we're likely going to play a lot of 11 personnel, so don't worry about that. He's going to get enough tick.
He's
gonna
going
get
to
enough
play.
Also,
Hey, go ahead, Sky. 'Cause I was gonna
do you
tell
take
something.
that depth chart serious? I don't even think that's the coaches bringing that out either.
I
Right,
smoke
because
it
they
mirrors.
had
I would like to
Tyron,
showcase
they had
that. Yeah.
Crawford over Everson Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you say, Law?
Yeah, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, with that. I
don't
wouldn't be surprised if it's in a pinch with the punt return, because I saw they had on punt return they had TP, and the kickoff return they had Cedric Wilson.
I know.
I'm hearing news on that little chart, what have you, the unofficial chart. I wouldn't be surprised in a pinch they will have number 88 out there kicking, receiving punts. So you don't know about this team.
Listen, this team, if it's one thing we can pick up on their tendencies in the off seasons from the coaches, it's that they are secretive. Okay,
Yeah.
we know they don't want to show anybody what they're doing, including fans, including opponents. I mean, McCarthy has pretty much come out and said it every turn he can. And we just heard John Bones Fossil, I always say John Bones Jones. But Bones said, listen, one of his old coaches, Al Davis, told him, and I'm paraphrasing here, guys. I could be totally wrong, but I know he said something like this. He said, it's not about the information you get out, it's about what you can get. He's not trying to give out any information. He's trying to get as much as he can. So they have clearly, this is beautiful because they're clearly on the same page. From the special teams to the head coach, they are on the same page. I love to see it. I love to see it.
He said never give information, only get it.
When you get it. I think the Stockholm syndrome is going on, as well as, people are so accustomed to the flavor of ice cream that we used to eat for 13 years. All they serve was vanilla. And every now and then the defense will come with some syrup, some chocolate syrup, some strawberry syrup, but it was still, the base of the ice cream was still vanilla. So now all of a sudden we getting these different flavors. We like, this stuff good, but can you show me what the flavor gonna be next week? We don't get it, you know what I'm saying? So that is why this team is so unique, and we can't complain about asking for something different, and then when we get it, we say, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're right, brother. I'm just putting in this link here. All right, let's get, where were we at here? Oh, where'd you go? I was about to bring you in here. I don't know where you went, brother.
Vanilla.
206, what it is, what it do? You on the show.
You in the mix.
You in the mix. 206, you in the mix. Going once. Going twice. Sold to 9. Up 206, you there?
Uh-oh.
Going once. Going twice again. Sold. You're removed. We're going to go 973 as soon as I get you. 973, what's up, 973?
Yo, this your boy Hulk. What's up, guys?
Hey.
What up, Hulk?
Smash.
Hulk. Smash. Here you go, bro. I got you, man. Gauntlet.
What's going on, guys? I just wanted to call in and say I love talking to you guys. I miss you guys. Haven't called in a while, but, I've been going through some things. But just wanted you to know I've been here. I've been listening.
Appreciate
I've
you,
been
bro.
loving all the shows. Quick question, though. I don't know if you guys went over it yet, but what do you really feel about Tristan Hill winning the starting job?
I love it, Hawk.
Love it.
Look,
Gotta get it
Hawk,
in.
I'm trying
Love
to
it.
tell you something about, Tristan Hill might be my favorite story coming out of camp. Because if you go back and watch my State of the Unit, y'all, I was like, man, I don't know about Tristan. He's on the fringe. I don't know if they're going to keep him. I was nervous for Tristan. I really was. But to hear everybody talk about his progression mentally, listen, I'm really trying to be calm about Tristan. But if his mental has caught up to his physical, Tristan could be a staple at 3 tech for the Cowboys.
He's gonna be nasty.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
you don't think it's a good, my bad. You don't think it's a bad thing for Neville Gallimore?
No, that's a great thing.
No, because Neville is, first of all, he's a Canadian born player, so he's still learning the game as well, and he's a rookie, right, Hawk? He's a rookie. So granted, Tristan Hill didn't play a ton. he still was around football. He understands how to be a pro now. So I think he has that edge.
Yeah.
What about you, Law and James?
To add some spices to it, I think that Gallimore will not be this guy to not get all of those snaps like Tristan Hill did last year. I think that they were still trying to find a way for him to get a few snaps so he can get a feel and a vibe of the game so that he can be prepared and ready for next year.
Are you nervous about Tristan Hill, Hawk?
I'm not nervous. I think I'm on the fence with it because it's only been 1 year. Like, my man couldn't get on the field last year, and now it's like Gerald McCoy's not here. Maybe Neville Gallimore wasn't ready. So Tristan Hill is just kind of just thrown into it. Like,
Nah,
doesn't sound like it, though.
I haven't really.
I think it was coaching, though.
It doesn't sound like it. But you got to understand, Hawk, a player's year one to year two progression is pretty dang strong. No matter how bad of a player you may think somebody is, you can be the 53rd player on the roster. If you're a rookie, your next year you're going to be better. How much better?
Right.
Who knows?
I think.
I'm excited for him. I'm just,
Cautiously optimistic.
I'm fancy about it. Yeah,
that's fair.
And his cheerleader ain't here, so they weren't married to the guy.
Who's his
so
cheerleader?
He must have. Rod Marinelli.
Dude, that
drafted him.
He didn't.
Bro.
He wasn't. He let him go.
Hey, bro, that faded real fast. Rob Marinelli saw a better looking cheerleader and said, "Tristan, I'm out of here." I'm telling you, Hawk.
Hey, listen, Hope, give this man a chance. He's going to be really good. I know what you're thinking about, man. They could just be throwing him in because of McCoy's not here. No, he was already getting high reviews even with McCoy here. And I really, like you said, I think that the staff, forget that staff last year. And like we've all been talking, it's never been the talent. You just seen a few of those highlights on what Scott was just showing you with the Bills. With the Bears, when he came in and he was in there in his short amount of time, he made plays. Look at the staff, what the staff would do to him. Every time he would get in the game and make some good plays, they would take him right back out the game. That was Marinelli's staple. You can't get in a groove when every time you start making a play, your coach takes you out and puts somebody else in. Now I feel like he came in with a clean slate. Nobody was talking. Nobody said anything about him, but he was just doing work. And my guy Brandon Tucker, who trained him, who said last year, he said, man, we didn't know about him. He said, but once I got my hands on him, this kid is the truth. He has talent, and he has grown up. So we want this, Hope. We want him for the future because I'm telling you, in my opinion, he's going to be a very, very, very dynamic 3-tech. You just wait and see.
Ooh, that's a bold prediction right there.
I like Tristan Hill. He was my pick last year. I picked him at the draft. And I'm staying with him. I think he's going to be a very good player for us.
He wasn't no pick in the second round, though.
No, he was my pick last year. Yes, he was on the mock draft. I did that live.
You wanted him in the second round.
I picked him.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Go check the tape.
Look, he getting mad. He getting real mad.
Tape don't lie.
Hey, Hawk, look at this film of Tristan Hill versus Miami Dolphins. Look up that film on Tristan Hill, how he got in the backfield. Yeah, he ain't scared of him. He ain't never scared. But look up that film on Tristan Hill on Miami Dolphins. He got in the backfield pretty decently there, but they just didn't really keep him on the game, multiple games. So it's crazy.
All right, boys. Well, I'll let somebody else on the line. I love you guys.
Thanks, man. Late too, bro.
Much love.
All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Tristan. Now, why are you out the picture on this one? I'm excited to see Tristan. Let me fix you up here. Because I think he has the talent. It just was all about being, mentally stable. And if he's mentally stable now and more mature, we could have a really good player on our hands. Now, I have to see it first, right? But everything I'm hearing, Stephen Jones, Simon Crawford, Mike Nolan, Jim Tom Sula, Mike McCarthy, these are encouraging things. And again, we heard nothing about this kind of Tristan Hill last year. It was the exact opposite. So I like what I'm hearing.
But hey, I'm gonna tell you guys again. I love some Warren Thornhill though. So we go ahead.
That's James.
That's all good, but I want a big man in the middle.
James,
Big boy.
are you serious right now, fam?
I know Juan Thorhill's
Yeah. Now Tristan in the third. We could pretend. Who was our third round pick last year? Having a blank right now.
Goodness.
Was it
McGovern.
McGovern. Dog, we probably could have had Juan and Tristan.
Probably.
I seen somebody say he wouldn't have made it down there, but I've seen Tristan Hill, due to his lack of experience in college and his maturity issues. So a lot of people have him in the third, fourth round. True. Not because he ain't a good player, but because he just wasn't all the way there. So it's, as much as I hope Tristan proves me wrong, but till this day, like right now, until I see it, I definitely would have rather had Juan. Because we wouldn't be talking about Earl Thomas right now. Right? We wouldn't have been talking about Earl Thomas. I still want Earl Thomas.
I still want him too.
I don't
give a hell what they say. You can be a dick. Be a dick. I don't care. I don't care. You be all right.
but people fail to realize some of the better players in the league.
That's what I'm saying.
On the edge. What did Brendan Tucker say? He said the people on the line are crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, DCU, let me ask you a question, y'all. Like this is a serious question. Is our locker room all of a sudden soft as hell?
Well, when you talk about them, they probably get mad at you. Shout out to my dog Jay Ludo. He'll come at you online.
Well, what I mean by I don't mean from fans and things like that. I just mean internally with each other. Like they can't handle one potential wild card.
Right.
Well, Xavier Woods was getting in his feelings, and I love Xavier Woods, but that was last year when he was getting into his feelings when we would start talking about safety play. Then he was sitting there saying, hey, I feel that it's slighted disrespect. I'm going to show everybody what I can bring to the table.
He can't keep talking. He ain't talking about that no more. Ain't about listening to Xavier Woods no more, Law. You know that.
Listen, X.
Ain't nobody listening to X no more, dog.
Listen, X, you said all that last year, and you dropped 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. Nah, really, he dropped 4. But you dropped so many interceptions last year, X. Ain't nobody listening to X. Period.
Now
catch those. Now we talking. We talking. Because if he would have caught that one against the Eagles. Granted, I'm glad he dropped it because we probably wouldn't have Mike McCarthy. So I'm going to just leave it at
that. Good drop.
I'm going to just leave it. Good, exactly. Good drop. Hindsight.
Yeah.
Before we gonna come back around to that ET because I'm just like, really? I don't
Here's the thing that concerned me though. Just being real about everything. What concerns me, if anybody would say, hey, I don't want the best of the best out there on the field. I like my guys. No, I want to bring in the best of the best. I want to shape and mold that person to really challenge me. I want to prove on the field that I'm better than you. I don't want to sit there and say, okay, I can't handle you. Even to this day, anybody want to see me, I want to lace them up and we can see I'm on the field. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. That's how I'm built. I don't know about these people that's all of a sudden, we don't want this, we don't want that. I don't know about those type of mindsets.
Yeah, I thought you were shooting a sub to those people over there on that website when you said they want to see me. They could.
Well,
Law, I ain't never seen Law like that.
Right.
Law, we got to get on the phone. Like, what's going on, dog? What's going on? We immediately get on the phone. What's going on, dog? You all right?
Hey, 205. I think I might know who this is. 205. What it is? What it do?
You're live.
What's up, y'all?
I knew it. I seen that Alabama. I seen that Alabama.
What's happening, man?
What's up, Unc?
What's up, my three kings?
Chilling, man.
Look here, man. Let me tell y'all something.
Up,
I'm
Billy?
so excited for the game. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for my Cowboy brothers and sisters. And I want to give y'all 2 questions, man, because I really need them answered. I'm kind of worried about the offensive line. I really am. I talked to Big Game James today, and Big Game James explained that thing to me. But during the game, do you think it's very important that we score first? That's the first question. And do you think that we need to rush, put a lot of pass rushing in that package on the defense? I know Big Game James gave me an answer. I just want to get the two kings there and see what they can give me on that answer.
I'll go. I do think we need to get out on a hot start. Bobby talked about it. We got off 2 bad starts far too often last year. We were outscored in the first quarter, but we outscored everybody else in the third, fourth quarters or what have you. It is important for Dallas to get off to a fast start for their psyche. I mean, as fans, we want to see it too. But for them, for the leftover people from the JG era, if they get out the gate and it's 14-0 Rams, they're going to feel like, here we go again. And can you imagine, Cowboys Nation, if we go down 13-0, 14-0 week 1? Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
Whoa.
It's going to be a wrap. It's going to be a wrap. So I absolutely think we need to start off fast for sure. And as for the pass rush, I just think they just need to do what they're going to do. I don't know if it's going to be disguising a bunch of blitzes, if it's going to be, the 5-2 type of lineup or what have you. But their offensive line is not good, and I just think they need to execute the game plan that they want to do, and we'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Scott Walker Steele, let me tell you something, man. We got a few more days before the big game. And, and like I said, man, I'm dealing with life situations at the house and things, and I want to make sure everything right so it ain't no problem when the game come on. But my son came in the house yesterday, sister dropped him off, and he shaved all his eyebrows off his head. And I said, son, well, what are you doing, son? Daddy, it's the end thing. I said, when them birds get through nibbling on your forehead like a piece of bacon, you tell me what is the end thing then. And I said, I'm going to compare you, son. So you go back to your room, and when your eyebrows go back, you come back and talk to me. But I'm going to tell you, you're just like the stunt lady. The stunt lady would not realize what she was doing. She only had a job for 4 years. She didn't get a big job. She was a stunt lady. But she decided somewhere in her comic book mind to go out in the middle of the ocean and get in the water with some man-eating sharks. I knew this wasn't going to work out too good. She got her leg bit off before she got to the bottom of the ocean. 6 months later, after rehab, she got a false leg. I understand. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. But what I want to know is, if you couldn't get away with 2 legs, how the hell you going to get away with 1 leg? Why are you going back out there 6 months later? Why are you going back out there 6 months later to go back out there again? What you trying to get them, a 2-for-1 special? Now, if you're wrong, get gone. If you're right, get out of sight. And if you don't know what to do, call the late night hype. What's up, y'all? Let's go, Cowboys. Love y'all, man. Love y'all, man. Love y'all 3 kids. Y'all my heart, bro. I love my Cowboy family, man. And that's all I got to say, y'all.
Oh, man. Thank you, Unc, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't even know where to begin with that one. His stories help me out.
Legendary. Our legendary.
Translation for the nation,
Need
man.
the
Hey,
hell
he
out.
was pretty much saying that, shoot, that was her job, right? But he was sitting there saying also that, hey, if you see that your leg getting cut off or bitten off, why continue to do that job, basically? You need to switch it up and do something different. What you gonna do, get a Sharks 2-for-1 special? Huh? Her job was to be a stunt person. Hey,
I might have to run that. I'm honest. I'm gonna be real with you. I might have to run that back after the show and piece that together, because I don't know what the hell that had to do with anything. But he somehow he was freestyling that mug. He somehow wrapped it around and said the late night hype. He tied it into the late night hype.
He did it. He tied it
flawlessly. Unc's the GOAT, fam. Like, he had to be a rapper back in the day. I'm dead serious. How old is Unc? He might have been a rapper in the 70s, dog. You think I'm lying? I'm gonna ask him next time. Did you do a little freestyling back in the 70s, fam? When they was rapping like, like, he had to be a rapper back then, fam. Had to be.
Yeah, he was doing the hip hop,
hip to the hip, like
hop, the don't stop the rock to the bang bang.
Man.
He had all of the situations going,
Oh, I don't know about that one, but hey, I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna try to figure it out, because he always got something, man. He always got something.
You ever seen Oceans? I think it was 11 or 12.
I seen them all. I love those movies.
Seen them all. Remember they had to go and speak to the guy who spoke only in codes. Remember that episode? Well, that particular show.
Oh, so I seen them. I seen the newer movies with Pitt and George Clooney in them. Yeah.
George Clooney and the other guy. He spoke in codes. That's what he just did. We love you, Unc.
Whew. Oh yeah, I definitely do. But man, I be trying to keep up. Sometimes that was a rough one. That one was hard. Most of them they really kind of come around. 512. What's up, 512?
What it do?
Oh. Oh, shit.
Y'all know what time it is. Hey, listen, fuck Philly, no, hey, go hit the cue. You know what time it is.
Oh,
Y'all
my
gonna
goodness.
slide on this live stream without hearing some fly blue fly. Absolutely not, fellas. Hey, first off, shout out to you boys for kicking. Y'all got this drop off coming week 1, and I got a question for y'all fellas.
Okay.
So, listen. I just want to know, I know y'all think in y'all world of, delusion, cowboyness, y'all might have a chance of winning this game week 1.
I might have a chance.
Might.
Let him go.
Or is this going to be a high-scoring game? And I'll take my I'll
I
pause
could- my-
on that to hear, what's your
No,
success to winning this game?
Philly Notion, I couldn't hear the question. Go say that again.
Lotion.
So my question is this going to be a low-scoring game or is this going to be a high-scoring game? For you fellas to try to win, or what your thoughts is on how y'all going to get a victory?
I don't foresee this being a shootout. I don't, because I keep coming back to battles being won in the trenches, and I just don't think that the Rams' offensive line is good enough. And while I do respect Sean McVay's scheme and his coaching ability, it's only so much you can do. That line is really bad, aside from Whitworth. And what he has going for him is it's week 1. He has the element of surprise. We don't know what's coming. But I think after maybe the second quarter, everybody's knowing each other, and I think Dallas will kind of put their foots on the gas, and they can kind of get away with this thing. But I just can't see it being a huge shootout. If it's a shootout, that would be unfortunate. I wouldn't say it would be a surprise. It's week 1. Nothing will surprise me. But I just don't see it being a shootout. What about you, Law?
No, it's gonna be a shootout. No. We go. It may start off slow for the first quarter, but then after that, we press that foot on the gas, and it's over with. It's over with.
What about you, James?
I told you. I really feel like we just get after golf. I think that's going to be the key. And like as you said, Sky, Todd Gurley is gone. They're doing a running back by committee. They got a second-year running back in Henderson. They don't have any
Cam
really
Akers, the rookie.
Cam Akers, the rookie. So they don't have anybody really reliable. So running backs have to do protection, right? So that's something we can put pressure on them because they got young guys in the backfield now. Jared Goff, you get him off his marker, he's good to turn that ball over. So I feel like I said, second quarter, getting into that halftime, third quarter, I feel like we're really going to put that pedal to the metal. And I say we're going to at least get 4 sacks in that game.
Okay. Philly, Notion, you still there?
Philly.
Of course, fellas. Of course I'm here.
Okay, what was your second question?
That sounds good. Listen, I'm not going to hold you fellas up because I understand. Listen, I ain't got nothing to do Sunday night but watch y'all on live television. So I just want y'all to bring this same energy, fellas, because y'all know y'all catching the drop-off. Rams 24, Cowboys 17, Fly Eagles 5. Y'all know what it is.
Dare you?
Hey, holla at me, y'all.
Hey,
Philly.
Philly.
Sunday night. Yes, sir.
What time your team play?
I got a prediction for you. The Washington football team with Haskins is going to beat y'all 28 to 14
to 3. 28-3. Put it on the books. 28-3.
Y'all fellas have a good one. Y'all don't believe that.
Hold on. Philly, sing this with me. Cry, Eagles, cry to the land of no victory. That's going platinum, triple time for your mind. The Cry, Eagles, cry.
He dipped out. He said, "Oh, I ain't listening to that." There's people in the chat like, "Who is this?" Okay, so he is an Eagle fan.
Yeah.
Okay, he has a YouTube channel as well. If you want to go check it out, Philly Notion. He covers the Eagles. He actually covers them pretty intensely.
Yeah.
You know, his channel's growing. Shout out to you, Philly, man. You really are covering that squad.
Channel real quick.
I hate y'all. I don't hate anything in this world but the Philadelphia Eagles. So, you know, I'm not gonna give too much, props to that team. But yeah, he covers them very well. But that is a Philadelphia Eagle fan on the phone, guys. He is our resident hater. Him and Least Side Harold, who is a Texans fan. So yeah, if you see those guys in here,
I don't hate on them because y'all donating to the cause.
Yeah,
so we don't hate. They are faithful.
Don't ban them.
I tell you
now,
what,
Mars.
man.
Don't ever ban him nor
Nope.
Do
Eastside.
not ban them guys. No,
Do not
it's
ban either one of them because they contribute to the cause.
not even just that. Like they now. I'll say this: Eastside is more of a troll than Philly. Philly trolls,
Yeah.
but when Philly calls in, I respect him because he will ask some questions.
Yeah.
Eastside too. Eastside will troll you in the chat, but when he calls, he got that
We already
Houston
know.
slang.
Remember when we talked, Sky? Eastside know if you're weak, he coming after you.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
bang with him, he'll back off.
But I tell you what though, the chat wasn't having none of that Philly stuff. They get
No, they ain't never
eating him
had
up.
They don't care. They're like, I don't care how cool he is. That's Philly.
They in here eating them up, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the chat, yo. I love when
I
y'all
love
join
it.
it.
I love it. Yeah.
Let's get some more up in this thing. Okay. All right. Maybe might have to turn your house down. 903.
Jessica.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody?
What's up,
How y'all doing tonight, guys?
Fine.
What's
We
up?
doing fine.
I had to turn
Well,
down my
my
house.
thing is, I'm sorry. My thing is, what have y'all seen? What give y'all the notion to want to doubt this team? Everybody is going to be trying to get that win. So all I want to see is the dub. So all this doubt, y'all got to stop. That's a drought, man. You're making my throat dry. Stop it. BPVO, positive vibes only, my people. We got to stay positive in this thing. Stop the doubting. You ain't seen nothing. Do y'all know this is not Carrot team? This is Mr. McCarty. This man done won Super Bowl. Him and the coaching crew have been so far into the Super Bowl. So stop this doubting. These people know what we got. Secrecy. Y'all know how they say, move in silence. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. I love the secrecy. I've been talking about keep things secret all these years. Y'all know I say this all the time. But I'm glad Coach kept us all in the dark. I just want this dub. I just want this win. I'm so ready for Sunday. I just can't begin. Y'all guys have a good night.
wait. Okay.
You are listening in to
Hold
the
on.
rhyme.
Shout out to you, Jess. Did Oak just pass the flow?
Yeah, she threw it all in your face.
Oak just passed the flow. Thank you, Jess.
Yes.
Okay.
This is crazy. Who else we got rappers up in this thing, man?
We got all the rappers. Go ahead, Law.
Yeah, you know, Law.
They got me tonight. I was gonna say roses are red, violets are blue.
Oh, I ain't hearing none of that.
Roses are deep.
I ain't hearing none of that. Big game, James, everything remained the same. Skywalker still with the new field. Vach Lombardi came to party. Foots with the hood. Like, Law, we know you can flow. We know you can
Off the
flow.
top of your head, dog. And
Yeah.
Sky's a battle rapper.
Bars, though. That's what they talking
Me-
about over there, Aaron Lewis.
Me, I'm just a hype man. I'm just gonna hit you in the head with a bottle.
Oh, let me turn y'all back up. I'm sorry. I had to
Oh,
turn
they
y'all.
couldn't even. Oh, they couldn't even hear us.
No, they can hear you, but love Jess's passion. She's one of the most passionate fans I've ever. I didn't meet her, but heard in my life. but you gotta turn it down. I'm not gonna ask her to turn it down because that ain't happening. I'm gonna turn it down, so I had to turn it down a little bit.
Oh, you gonna? you had to turn S down. Okay,
Yes. Yes, that's
yeah.
all. I kind of want to come back a little bit to the Rams game because somebody was pointing out something about them losing Littleton, who is one of the most underrated linebackers in the game, man. I can't remember where he went, but Littleton had a ton of tackles last year. I think he's been very productive for them for the last few years, which comes all the way back to run the ball. They didn't run the ball. I don't think they have a front seven to stop us from running the ball, y'all. I mean, Aaron Donald played on that team. We rushed for 200 and some yards. Love Aaron Donald. We went almost 2 hours and bring up Aaron Donald. But I don't think Aaron Donald alone is going to wreck your running game by himself. Wade Phillips is one of the best defensive coordinators in the history of football. He's not on that team anymore. If it was one person I have confidence in to possibly scheme up something on defense, it's Wade. So I think they just got some deficiencies this year against a high-powered offense like the Cowboys that I would be shocked. I would be shocked if they hold us to 17 points like Philly Notion says.
Right.
Ain't nobody believing that.
I know an Eagle fan, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get some more up in here, man. Okay, 817. What's up?
Hey, it's the Bahama Boys. How y'all doing?
We good, man. We loving it.
I have a question for the season projections. I guess season predictions, you'd say. Can you guys give me a realistic number for each of the D lineman sack totals?
You want,
Whoa.
all of them?
All of them,
You can do the starting four and add like Randy Gregory and add Alden Smith.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that off air, brother. All right, or not off air, but off the line.
I got
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Appreciate the call. So he wants to know or predict a sack total for everybody. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with D-Law. Who y'all got?
I got double digits, man. I can't give you the number total, but I got
11 with D-Law.
11. I like that number.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go 9.5. D-Law.
Mm-hmm.
Go 9.5. What about Don Terry Poe, who not really a sack master, but don't sleep on him.
Two sacks. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him 3.5.
I'm gonna go with what he had last year, but I'm really teetering on upping it. But I'm gonna go with 4. I think we sleep on Don Terry Poe's sack ability. He had seasons where he had 5 and 6 sacks, and last year he had 4, y'all, in 9.5 games. 4 in 9.5 games without playing next to D-Law and Everson Griffin and Alden Smith coming in there. So I'm gonna go 4.5 ish around that area. So then we'll go Everson Griffin.
7.5.
I'm going 8.5.
I'm going to go with Everson Griffin as our sack leader this year. 13.
Ooh.
Double digits.
Oh, wow. 13?
That's not a shocker. He's done that multiple times. He's had 12 and 13 sacks in his career.
He's 32, though, now.
He's 32, but he sure ain't looked like it last year. Pro Bowler last year with 9 sacks.
Yeah.
So I got Everson Griffin with the double digits. And I'm not saying this is a guarantee, right? Like D-Law could absolutely lead the team in sacks.
Mm-hmm.
So then we'll do a wild card. We'll do Alden Smith instead of Randy.
I'm going 9 sacks with Alden Smith.
Your boy Tucker said he gonna get double digits.
Yeah. What he says, alter ego Floyd.
Floyd.
His alter ego Floyd. Floyd's getting 9.
Floyd getting double digits.
Who you got? How many you got for Alden Smith?
I got double digits, man. I'm gonna go 10.7. I mean 10.5.
He said 10.7.
10 and a half. He's gonna be splitting it with the
first time ever.
That's a king sack master, ain't it? Hey,
I'm going to go 7 with Alden Smith, but not because I don't think Alden Smith has a potential or ability to get you double, but because I think that Alden Smith is going to be a force in the run game, and no one seems to talk about it. So I think I think he could have a D-Law type of impact from 2019, where D-Law only got 5 sacks, but no one talks about him being an elite run defender. All right, what y'all got in here? Let me look at the chat. Let's hop into what you reading?
No, I'm saying 3.
Anytime.
No, I'm seeing some people. D-Law with 12 from the Guru. I'm not sure. James Lee Wright said 10, but I'm not sure with who. Griffin, 9 sacks from the Guru. Wahoo says 17, but I don't know who that 17's for. Kaysen. Oh, we didn't even bring up Tristan. Kaysen said 11.5 for D-Law, 8 for Griff, 3 for Gregory, 2 for Crawford, 2 for Poe, Woods 1.5. He didn't bring up Alden, but that's fair. I think that I definitely think we're going to jump the sack totals we've had in the last 5 years. I don't think Dallas has hit over 40 sacks under the.
We're getting over 45 this year. Remember, I told you.
I don't think we had
45.
I don't think we've had over 40, yo. Big Josh said T. Hill, 6 sacks. See, that's the one I want to see. Tristan Hill, because he can be a pass rush demon, but I don't know how often we're going to play him at the 3-tech position. But it all depends on that front. It all depends how we do the alignment.
If he do his job, he's gonna have tons of one-on-one. So
King dropped a good one here. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I forgot about Jalen. King says 8 sacks for Jalen.
I'm giving Jalen 5.
I like that.
Wow. Mm.
Wow, Jay Farm with the nugget. Jay Farm said last time we had over 40 sacks was in 2009. We had 63. And guess what? We were one of the top 2 defenses in the NFC that year.
That's when we were talking about having. Remember, that's the line that we were talking about that. Remember, we were talking about Ratliff and Ware and Spencer, all them guys. Burnett. Remember we were talking about what's the last time we seen a front.
Hey, Sky, I know we don't want to turn this show this way, but I got to do it, man, since he brought it up in 2009. Hey, I was telling everybody, yes, that front four makes up a good situation for your team. It puts good makeup on your team, but when you get into the playoffs, man, oh man, your secondary, if they don't have the experience, if they're not ready, they're going to get figured out. And I think that was the year we had Gerald Sensabaugh, didn't we?
09?
Yes,
09?
but
y'all help me out, because we didn't. I think that's the year we was like, hey, come on, man, these safeties, what they doing?
Okay, but to be fair, the defense played phenomenally against the Eagles. They whooped on them. The only really big plays that the Eagles had was Michael Vick coming in throwing that ridiculous bomb. I think it was to Deshaun or Jeremy Macklin. Maybe Jeremy Macklin.
Because we destroyed them.
Yeah. Now the next week,
about the crazy playoff game we played the Eagles twice.
It wasn't the third. We played them 3 times and we whooped on them.
Or something like that. Yeah.
We whooped on them. However, the next week we went to Minnesota,
and we knew that was bad.
And to beat,
as that horn came on.
You did something to me, man. I still have nightmares over that horn.
Yeah, but wait, because I don't think it was secondary. Like your secondary was why you lost that game.
It was our offensive line and Doug.
I just think your offense could not do a damn thing to help out the defense. And then that was the year that Brett Favre. Brett Favre was playing like an MVP.
And Jared Sensabaugh couldn't turn his head around to the ball. You know, he was like, "Where's the ball?"
But again, though, you could say Jared Sensabaugh couldn't turn his head around, but Jared Sensabaugh wasn't a problem the week before. We're going up against an MVP. You know, you're going up against an explosive offense. Your defense isn't going to be able to stop them all the time. So your offense needs to be able to score, so your defense can be opportunistic. Again, I'm not trying to take blame away from the D. The D didn't play great, but the offense scored 9 points, though. I think it might not even have been that. It was a blowout.
We stayed close in the game until the halftime, and Dallas was playing like trash, and they were still in it at halftime. And
the offense couldn't get nothing going.
Couldn't do nothing.
Couldn't get nothing going, man.
Jared Allen was licking them chops against Doug Free.
Doug Free.
No. That was the game that made Doug Free shift over to right tackle.
And they drafted Tyron Smith.
No, but you're not hearing me. Doug Free played well as a backup that year. It was Mark Colombo that got owned. That was the last of Mark Colombo because he came back. Remember, Doug Free came in for who was it?
Yeah, but wasn't Doug Free our left tackle, and Jared Allen was eating him up that game? He was our left tackle to the right.
I'm telling you, Mark Colombo got whooped. The whole offensive line was getting beat, but Mark Colombo, that was it for Mark. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong down there. But Mark Colombo, I believe that was the last we saw of Mark Colombo, and they moved Doug to right. And then it wasn't even the next year. That wasn't Tyron. Tyron was 2011, if I'm not mistaken, right? We drafted Tyron in 2011.
Let's see.
I think 2009.
2010 or something.
We might have still had Flo.
I don't know.
Because I remember after that game, they switched Doug Free from that left and went to the right, and they got Tyron because he was trapped.
Because I think we still have Flozell. Let me just see real quick.
Man, we just got all butt whooped, man. That's all I can say.
We absolutely did.
It's somebody.
Yeah, we still have Flo. Flo was a starting left tackle, and the right tackle actually I think was Mark Colombo that game. Mark Colombo came back. Yeah. It was
Tyron 2011. That's what Jay said. Yeah.
2011.
I definitely remember Tyron was 2011. Jay said so they switched Flo to right tackle. They had Doug on the left tackle because wait, what? Well,
Flo, I told you they had left.
No, not Doug, but Colombo. I know Colombo came back because Colombo was out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, we going down to a game I hate to even talk about. One of my best friends was he's a Viking fan. He came over to my house and watched that game, dog. He lived right across the street. I told him go
He's
home.
loving that.
So
I said, shut up, man.
I said, go home, dog.
That's when Sidney Rice was tearing up too. He looked like an All-Pro that year.
Yeah. Let's get a 704. What's up, 704?
You ain't no regular DB. You Josh Normal. Shout out my peoples in the chat box, man. Rublock, Auntie, Uncle Charles, the Lunatic, and the OG Watch Lombardi. What's going on with my fellas tonight, man?
Hey,
Man,
we're
we
just
chilling,
chilling,
brother.
Getting ready for this season, big dog.
Ready for it.
All right, so let me get your score predictions for the game.
I'm saving mine to Saturday, man. I'm gonna give it out Saturday for a whole.
I don't do. I'm telling. Me and Law already knows.
Me and James. It was the score.
We done.
Yeah, I can care less about score predictions. Just win. But if we want to have fun with it, I'll go $27-17.
He was in my head. I was gonna say 28-17.
we got to give Greg Zerline some
Yeah,
love,
gotta
man.
give him some love, man.
I'm greedy. I don't want them to go 17.
He said greedy.
I don't want them to
You
score
won't give us.
17.
You won't give us your prediction, Mo. But when you say you got us going over or under 30 points.
Oh, I got us right over 30. We got to get at least over 30, man. I just think that first game we just got to show the world. But I would just take a victory. That's all I want is a dub. But
Well, you know
don't
that
play me in the corner though.
You know, Cowboys Nation ain't gonna be just satisfied. If we win 17-13, Cowboys
They
Nation
be
gonna
like,
be.
it's the same
I'm
old
good.
thing.
Oh,
It's the
they-
same
A
old thing.
good man, Sky. You said a mouthful because a good prime example of that. Last year we lost to the Saints, right? What was the score?
12-13.
And then the year before that we won against the Saints, and they was sitting there
13-10.
saying, yeah. They were sitting there like, they're talking all that noise. I said, well, we only lost by 2 points, But it's a story, a different day. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I just wanna hop on here and show y'all my love, and then before I
Appreciate you
peace
always.
out, man, I need this chat room to get Philly emotional. A bunch of boos, man. Let's get that fool up out of here, man.
Ooh.
They ain't even gonna sniff second place in the East. You understand me? They be lucky to make it to second place in the East this year.
I agree.
But anyways, man, I'm out.
All right,
All right, brother, appreciate you.
Go against that front.
Yeah, and they got line issues, man. Let me lock this joint.
Wentz got some things he got to worry about.
They got line issues. So I'm a little bit concerned for Philly week 1 against that pass rush. But here's the only thing. If the Eagles can keep it, I would say keep it close. If the Reds, can't call them that. If the Washington football team can keep it close, I think Philly actually can pull it out at the end because I don't think they have enough offense. I don't think they have enough offense.
Away game or a home game for them.
It doesn't matter. There's no fans.
It don't matter. Right, but I'm still. I know.
Bro, I'm telling you, unless there's a game with fans, that don't matter, man.
That don't matter.
Definitely not Philly to Washington. They getting on a bus. They going right down 95. They cool. That's an hour and some change, bro. That don't mean nothing, bro. Mean nothing.
That FedEx Stadium's so trash though. That field line.
It do, but I love going there. You know why? Because Cowboys Nation takes over every single time, dog. Every time. Somebody said the Washingtonians.
Sean M says Washington Wentz needs to get some milk. He needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
Sean M, you crazy.
Police, help. That's what he's going to be saying. All right, we're going to clear these calls up here. 580, what's up?
Hello?
580, what it is, what it do?
Oh, well, this is Derek, man. What's going on, y'all?
Oh, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Oh, not much. I just got a couple questions. Do y'all think our run defense is going to be much improved and we ain't going to have no more of that Rams debacle in the playoffs like we had a couple years ago?
Oh, for sure. I'm 100% positive. If that doesn't happen, I'll come back and I'll do a where Skywalker went wrong. But I am 100% positive our run defense is going to be one of the better run defenses in the league.
Yeah, and when you look back at that game, they had to flip D-Law to the opposite side. He kind of stopped the bleeding, but it was just too late. He actually kind of slowed them down from running the rock like they were doing all through that first, second, and third quarter. But
Our defensive tackles were Malik Collins, who sucks against the run, and Antoine Woods, who was playing with one arm.
And a guy named Reed, he just got his butt whooped. They
Karan
folded him up like a
Karan
wallet.
Reed, who was a journeyman.
Karan Reed, I can never forget. I said, man, they folded that brother up.
And you heard, hey Derek, you heard what Bobby said. Jalen is looking great. LVE is looking great. Those guys are already good players. We know that. So the fact that they look like they're come back to form, in my opinion, they're going to keep them clean. The job of the DTs this year is going to be to keep them clean and clog up the lanes. If you keep LVE and Jalen clean, good luck trying to run the ball up the middle.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. What and do y'all think our secondary is going to be like more aggressive this year? It ain't going to be no more of that Chris Richard not looking back the ball. I don't think they're going to be so.
Go ahead, James.
When you got a good pass rush, your DBs can sit on some routes and they can pick the ball off. So I think if this good pass rush can be like it is, I think that Diggs could have, y'all mark it down. Today is the 8th of September.
Yes,
I believe that's the good date for today. Diggs gonna have at least 3 interceptions.
I said 5, and he's gonna lead the team.
Well, let's just say that our pass rush is not getting home as much. Then what do y'all think they could hold up?
That's impossible to say. I'm not trying to be. I promise you, I'm not trying to be homerish. But it's impossible to say when you have that type of front four, and the way that we're going to be so mixing in some blitzes, some exotic blitzes, not giving you the same look over and over again. We're not finna shove vanilla down all of our fan base's throats. It's not going to be vanilla. The teams that's going to try to scout against that, they would not get the same look twice. So I think that this team just going to be a little bit more aggressive and better out there front four.
I'll be balanced. I'll be balanced here. There's going to be games where our pass rush is not getting home. It's just going to happen. That's football. And if that's the case, from what I know now, I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm concerned at this point if the pass rush does not play up to par about our secondary. I'm not Darian Thompson. Okay. Cheeto, I need to see more Cheeto. I do like Diggs, still a rookie. At the end of the day, he's going to get beat. We know that. AB, I like AB in the slot, but I don't like AB if he got to cover for 6 seconds. And Worley, I like Worley, but again, he's not Deion Sanders. He's not somebody that's going to Deion, I feel like, can cover anybody for how long. It don't matter. So I need my pass rush to get home, and if they don't, what I know right now, yes, I am worried. But that can change after 3 or 4 weeks. We can see maybe the secondary does perform above expectations, and we can be confident in if the front doesn't get home, they play well. But right now, to answer your question, if the front's not getting home, I am concerned.
But y'all don't think? I mean, we got too much firepower up front not to get home. I mean, a lot, right?
Yeah, that was just me playing devil's advocate. But
objectively speaking, by the way.
Yeah.
And do y'all think our special teams is going to be like a much improved also?
My guy Bones.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely improved. The thing I like about what Fossil was talking about, what we were saying, that he's not giving up any secrets, he's not letting people know. And just like how you saw that Tony Pollard, Law mentioned on the kick return, I think he may have put that like that, so you think it's like that, and the next thing you know, you see a CeeDee Lamb. I think he always has something up his sleeve as far as, punt returns, as far as your kicker. So we talked about Chris Jones, how athletic he was, and he's coming back from injury. I'd say we're going to see some trick plays. I just feel like you're going to see a lot more variety in the special teams game because Dallas has been the bottom of the barrel, so we can't do nothing but go up, right?
Hey, James, you mentioned a name that you know how I am. Somebody say something, I'm like, ooh, that light went up. You said Chris Jones. Mm-hmm. That may be the one player not a single damn soul was talking about coming out of camp. Seriously, because we had major concerns about our punter going into the offseason. I know we're talking punters here, but that's why we the late night hype, and that's why you a diehard Cowboys fan. We talk everything on this damn show. Okay? So we're talking Chris Jones.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all.
Thanks, man. So we're talking Chris Jones because I think Chris Jones, when he was healthy, was one of the better punters in the game. And Chris Jones was one of the better trick play punters in the game. This is why I should have had some Chris Jones plays drawn up. He threw the ball, he ran the ball, he also laid some dudes out. And I really do believe that Bones said, "Hey, Chris Jones, what was the deal the last year and a half or so? Coach, I tried to play through my leg. I'm a punter. If I get hurt and get cut, that could be it for me." And he tried to play through it like a lot of players do, and it didn't work out for him. Fortunately, he does have good tape. Fortunately, he has one of the best special teams coaches of this era in Bones Fossil. And I think he looked at his athleticism because Chris Jones was a former athlete in the sense of he played multiple sports. And he said, I can work with this guy. I would give you guys homework, Dallas Cowboys universe. Go look up Johnny Heckert. Name me another punter that has a legitimate highlight mix besides the Hall of Fame dude. I think he had like no foot or some weird stuff. No disrespect to him. But, I forget his damn name, the Raiders. Maybe he was just a kicker. He was everything, actually. But Johnny Heckert, I believe it's Johnny Heckert, has highlights of trick plays all with Bones Fossil. So you brought up Chris Jones. I bring that up to say, don't be surprised if it's not C.D. Lamb, it's not Cedric Wilson, it's not Tony Pollard, it's not, who's our kicker, Greg Zerline. It's Chris Jones that runs a trick play. Keep that in mind.
Good trick play on the Raiders a couple of years back. Remember that?
Yeah, we ran the ball. I think we were way deep down there, and he took off.
Fourth down, and it was a big play. We needed him to get that first down because it was a big play.
They said he went against coaches. He was like, I'm going to freestyle this thing. I see it. I'm going to take it. I think that was the talk track during that time.
I think that's what happened against the Eagles, too. Remember? That turned the game around. That saved the game.
He went on his own.
Saved the game. Yeah. All right, we almost done clearing these. We almost done clearing these out, man. We got two more, 808 and 870. 808, what it do?
Hawaii.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Young.
What up?
It's who?
What up,
Young? Well, it got to be Young.
Yes, 808, Young.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Oos?
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
We're good, man.
It's been forever, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to talk about Randy Gregory. Why is Randy Gregory not able to practice with the team and not play the Game 7? When you got other players like Alden Smith, no disrespect to him, or other players like Josh Gordon, Anthony Brown, all these guys are going to get reinstated because marijuana is okay in the NFL. You got Gregory that's never been in trouble but just puffing, and he's getting all of this crap by the NFL. I don't quite understand it. I just wanted you guys to explain that for me.
I can't explain why they're doing RG like this. I can't. I think Law brought it up earlier. Maybe it's Goodell having this issue with Jerry Jones because it makes no sense to me. But the legal reason why he's not is because he's given stipulations to get back onto the field. His stipulations are he's got to be straight all the way till October. Was it 25th? What is it, y'all? It's something after week 6.
Yeah.
After week 6, he's allowed to be around his teammates. He's allowed to be in the facility. Can't practice though, and they're making him go through more hoops to be on the field. However, I'm thankful that RG is back though.
Yeah, he's back.
I'm thankful too, and I know we extended his contract today.
Yes. Yep. So he's playing through 2021.
That's fantastic. 2021, gotcha. But still, having the guy sit back for 7 games after he's worked so hard to get back where he's at, it just seems like the NFL, whether he's playing for the Cowboys or not, as an individual man, I don't think they're giving him any credit for all the work he put in.
That's a good point.
It's kind of what I'm getting at.
It's
just like this guy's worked his ass off to get on the field. He hasn't done anything bad legally. He's never gotten in trouble. Maybe except that one time before he got reinstated smoking a blunt. Take that away. This guy's done nothing wrong. Alden Smith legally was Class C felonies, Class B felonies. He didn't get quite indicted and put in jail, but, his situation was a higher degree of risk than Randy Gregory's.
Let's.
And I just don't understand this part. That reasoning of Roger Goodell being Almighty God, saying you can play and you can't play. I don't see where
That's CBA.
I don't think it's in par. I don't think the NFLPA and the commissioner's office are on the same level there.
And
I also think you guys are doing a great job.
Thanks, brother.
I'll let you guys go. I know you got other guys on the show.
We're almost done.
Thank you. Keep it up, man.
Appreciate you, Young. Appreciate you, man.
Aloha,
Appreciate all the
guys.
support.
Yes, sir. Aloha. Here's what I don't understand. How is Gordon, Flash Gordon, they call him, receiver for multiple teams?
Blaze Gordon.
How the hell is he just continue to get reinstated, but Randy Gregory can't?
And he's telling you, I'm drinking beers.
Right, multiple.
He's telling you, like, he's admitted that I drink beers. He tells you what he's done. And just like you said, it's just maddening how he gets right back on the field. But even when, think about this, what was it, 2016, 2017, when Randy Gregory missed a whole year, and then he got eligible the last game of the year and turned up in Philly. We got a sack, was looking all world. They said,
gone for the play.
Suspended. They said, you looking good. Them Cowboys might have a chance. Suspended.
Yeah, and then the guy that you cut to bring him on, you can't bring him back. No. That's how they did the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's the one we didn't go to the playoffs. Fortunately, we didn't, because if we did, we wouldn't have had him. And that dude we cut probably was somewhere else.
I think it was Benson Mayoa. It could have been somebody. I couldn't remember. But it's water on the bridge now.
Dan and the Beast says, who do y'all think is going to have a standout year this year for the Cowboys? I think James is a Tristan Hill. I think he told us.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's going to ball out, y'all. Mark my words. That's my guy who's going to – I'm telling you. You got to really watch his tape, man. People keep on trying to say he's a bust. I don't know what kind of tape he was watching to think he was a bust and he ain't no talent. Y'all crazy in your dome. It's the brain. And he
not bust yet.
I ain't gonna say he's gonna be a bust.
Right.
I think he's gonna make have a great season. And like I said, why are we trying to throw this man away? We want this man to grow. Why we want to throw around a second round pick so we can draft another one? No.
You know how it is. I think EG. I think Everson Griffin is going to be phenomenal for this team, barring injury.
Yeah, he's gonna be nasty.
That's my guy. Who's your guy?
He's gonna be nasty.
Oh wow.
You know what that reminded me of what Vach was saying. Yes. When Law got he make noises.
He's like that guy with what's the that damn statue where he's bending over with his hand right there on his chin. That's you, Law. Just paint
I don't know, man. I just have to. I'm gonna have to
get some Law drops.
We're gonna have to see this thing after week 1 for me. I would lean and say, yeah, Diggs. He's one of my dogs. He's gonna have a great year, and of course, we can go with TD. But let me just
say Floyd, man, the alter ego. Floyd. Go with Floyd.
Yeah, that's Floyd. A good one. That's a good one.
Floyd.
Yes, Floyd. Yes.
That was so hilarious when Tucker kept calling him Floyd, and we're like,
who the hell you talking about, fam?
Who is Floyd? Are we still talking about Alden? Are you good, Britt B?
Let's get a last one in here, man. I think. I mean, wait a minute, because I don't know. 206. Did we get you already?
In the mix.
Yeah, I think we got 206.
206.
Yeah, we already got to it. I think he be floating around on there.
Blazing.
870. You are the final caller. Congratulations.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's going on, man?
What's up, fellas? How you doing today? How's everything?
Wait a minute. Is this our guy that played Lion King?
Yeah, that's me.
I knew that was you, man.
I said, hold up, that's one voice like that.
What's your name again, sir?
Cecil.
Cecil, that's right, because you had that name. Yeah, Cecil with the voice. Man, excellent voice. Law, you got some competition.
Simba, you deliberately disobeyed me.
You go to the Waldorf Astoria and bathe them thoroughly.
Oh my God!
You know what? You better go do
it works.
You think I'm playing? I really.
Hey.
You sound Cecil. You are James Earl.
James Earl.
Hey, well, you know what, fellas? I was listening to, you sing that song about the Eagles, I'll say, cry, Eagles, cry.
That boy's down there deep.
I'm trying to tell you, you need to do some voiceovers and get money.
He
I
bringing
got a
that from
mic.
the
He's talking straight through the phone. Y'all got to understand, he's talking straight through the phone. I got a mic here. You know.
Hold on real quick. I'm going to be quiet. James, you be quiet. We're going to let Law and Cecil talk. Go ahead.
And remember, you're listening.
Go ahead, Cecil. What's up, man?
But the best.
No, he got
Salute,
you, dog.
salute.
Yeah,
You a beast, Paul. You a beast. I ain't taking nothing away from you. That's a deep horn right there.
He laughed like he ready to run through some stuff, man. Talk to us, Cecil. What's on your mental?
Yeah, well, I don't know, mine is just simple. I was thinking about, without the games and everything in the preseason games, I'm kind of concerned about how the fundamentals are going to be, especially tackling, because, we can have all the talent. This could happen to any team is what I'm saying, but tackling is something that's very, underrated, and we're not just seeing each other all the time. You go against another team, they're going to show you something different. So I just wonder, how do you guys think the tackling is going to be for our team? And then having Cam Irving over at tackle, will he get the cadence down? Because normally, offensive linemen hang out together, and he'll be a new guy. And, I just wonder how this all going to work. What do you guys think?
I love the question. I do think there's going to be some sloppy play across the league.
Yeah.
Across the league.
Yeah.
In regards to tackling, including the Cowboys. I mean, we're not exempt from anything. There's no preseason, right? There's no real hitting. You can't really hit. Now, we saw LVE lay out Tony Pollard, right? But let's be real. They need at least 1 or 2 preseason games to get that real physical feel of football. So it may take a week or two for teams to kind of get acclimated to the physicality of the game again. And I know that sounds funny because you have veterans, but a lot of these players have not hit a single soul since December of 2019.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's true. And I was just concerned about that. Of course, every team is going to go through it, and I don't know. We've got loads of talent, and I just, I sure would hate it. We would. It could very well could be a close game, being them opening that stadium up, and I'm just hoping we all, as one when we play and everything. But that's just wishful thinking. But I just, that's all I really got to say there, fellas. But you're doing a super job.
Thank you, sir.
I listen to you guys all the time, and I just think you're just super, and we're just so glad to be able to call in and be able to talk with you guys and everything. It's a pleasure, believe me.
Thank you for calling in, Cecil. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Cecil, man.
All right, you guys take care and have a nice evening. Okay?
You too, sir.
You have a great evening as well.
All right. Bye-bye now.
That's a good caller, man.
That's a good man.
Yeah.
My son works. Oh, man. I had a feeling. As soon as he started talking, I said, what? James,
exactly. I heard that. As soon as I heard that, he said, "How you doing?" Hey, that's that one guy, man.
Yeah. He called one time, and we remember.
And we remembered. That's how you know it's deep.
Indeed, man. Listen, man,
that
chat.
Was 7 years ago.
Great show, fellas, man. Absolutely great show. Great chat. Great callers. Bobby was a great guest. We hit over a K, man. We did it.
That's what we do.
Hit over a K. I can't wait to see what we do Thursday. Even if you're not a Texan fan or a Chiefs fan, hop on in, man. We kicking it.
We're gonna have fun. Yeah.
We kicking it. We gonna have fun with it. Calling a game. I'm just honestly, y'all. I'm just excited to have football back. I this has been a crazy 2020. I hope everybody has been safe. I hope everybody continues to remain safe and was prospering in this crazy time. I wish everybody good health and prosperity. Like I said, I know 2020 has been wild, but for sports fans, we're starting to get some things back to kind of get that positive mojo flowing. And football for me is number one, and it's here, y'all. Thursday.
Yeah,
it's here.
Can't wait to see it, man. Great time, man. You guys, we having a great time now, but we're gonna have a better time this Thursday and an even better time
on Sunday.
Oh
man.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's gonna be bombing this thing on Sunday. Y'all just wait. All right, man. Salutations, and I know James' salutations is Z's. He over there falling asleep. So wake your ass up.
Yes. Hey, appreciate everybody, man. Don't forget to smash that like button.
Yes, please.
Share this content. Follow us on all platforms, multiple platforms. We got some major sponsorship coming.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Lord. I forgot to drop that.
Okay.
You want to bring it out, or you want to wait Thursday?
Well, let them wait.
Let's do it Sunday. Hey, let's do it Sunday, week 1. Let's announce before the first game.
I mean, well, Thursday we're gonna be on.
I know, but that ain't Cowboys.
You're right, and the sponsor is located in Texas.
You feel me? Yeah, you feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, we got the Texans. Well,
no, Texans.
No,
yeah,
don't. Come on, it's Cowboys, y'all. We got to have that flavor for Cowboys.
All right, you win.
So let them wait.
Oh man, he right. Hey, real quick, tell me if y'all can hear this, because sometimes this thing be playing real weird at the end of the show.
Yep.
Can y'all hear that?
Hell yeah.
One man.
Hey,
That's wrong.
Chat, if y'all could hear that and it sounds fine, can you drop some fire emojis on the way out? I just want to know if y'all can hear that fine.
Sheila Neal, I see you, baby.
Oh, Sheila.
Let's give me some fire emojis.
Angel. Ooh,
Ooh, he said it loud and clear. How about them Cowboys, Jacob?
Chad.
Ooh, they dropping them fire emojis. Let me show them for you.
The Lakers are winning. Ray. I see you. Iceberg Q. Jessica. Mr. Personality.
Oh, he said turn it up. Okay.
Jay
If
Paul,
you
really
have not
appreciate
liked this, please like this, go and share this, because we're talking about pure commentator gold right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get it nowhere else except one place, the late night hype.
He said turn it up. Are we good or are we not?
Chris Hall, Parker Douglas, everybody. Stevie Mack.
Ooh, that thing good. We gonna ride out to it. We gonna ride out to it. Keep dropping them fire emojis. We not riding out to them fire emojis. This whole thing is lit the hell up. Light this chat up. Cowboys football is back. Week 1, Rams, Dallas, Dak, Zeke, CD, Fatidi, Jarwin, Pollard, Michael Gallup, Mike McCarthy. Are you ready? Woo! Late night hype. We out.